Welcome to Meet the Musicians, powered in part by Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com. Well, welcome back, everybody. After a brief break last week for Thanksgiving, we are back in studio with an artist I'm very, very excited about. Sitting next to me is Christopher Mills. How's it going, man?
What's up, everybody? It's good. It's good. I'm tired.
I understand. You've got a lot going on, which we're going to get into here in a second. In fact, we'll just go ahead and jump into it. For anybody that doesn't know, you just had a big change happen in your life.
Monumental change.
Yes.
It's enormous, and it's one of the reasons that I slept like 4.5 hours last night. Yeah, so my wife and I, we were talking about this before, my wife and I went from one kid 24 hours ago to 3.
My goodness gracious.
Over the course of 24 hours.
I'm so impressed. That is amazing. Well, congratulations for starters.
Thank you.
And God be with you.
Yeah, it's the first 24 hours have been interesting, but it is, it's.
Well, man, thank you for coming and doing this. I really appreciate it.
I had it scheduled, and I was like, I'm not going to miss. I'm not going to miss. We're not going to start off things on that front. We're going to go with it. We're going to roll with it. We're going to see what happens, because I'm still going to be doing music even though I have 3 kids. It's just,
hey, once it's in you, it's hard to get it out of you.
It's
hard
hard
to
not do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, so now I have I have 2 toddlers and a kindergartner.
Wow.
So I went from 1 toddler to 2 toddlers and a kindergartner. But it's fun. It's fun. And I don't think I wouldn't change it.
That's cool.
I wouldn't go back on it.
Very, very cool. I've got some over Thanksgiving I was with my nephews. They're 2-year-old twins, and they're a lot, but they're great. And
yeah, kids are fun. Kids are. I don't know how people don't like kids. They're so inquisitive, and they always want to do stuff. They're never boring. They're
certainly never boring.
It's never boring. It wasn't boring when I had 1, and now that I have 3, it's like, wow, 3 times the excitement.
Yeah. Well, you've had quite a 24 hours, man. So I'm glad we got to share in it. Thank you very much. So we have we've been working with each other, I guess, digitally for years. You've been playing LSA Burger, and so we've been working with each other through that. But we've never really just sat down and got to chop it up like this. So
we met one
excited.
time after I played 1 show at LSA, and
right.
that was before the expansion and everything. That's how long ago it was.
Right.
And then after that, it was all like.
Yeah. Are you available? Yes. Cool. All right. Yep. That's about it. So
that's the age we live in now. That's how things go. So.
Well, the beauty of where the studio is, we're here in the Discover Denton Welcome Center, which is right underneath LSA. So every time you play, I hear you. I just may not be physically on the roof.
I can't go up there, but you're there, and I know.
Yeah.
I always think it's always fun to walk past here because I don't consider myself I wasn't born in Denton.
Sure.
But I got to the point now where I consider myself from Denton.
Yeah.
Because I moved up here when I was 18, went to college, and just never moved away.
Yes.
Like the furthest I've gotten from Denton now is North Fort Worth.
Okay.
And then Aubrey. So it's like.
Which is pretty much Denton.
Yeah. So I'm just basically circling around Denton.
That's cool.
So now when people ask, it's weird now to not say, well, I'm from Austin. I always tell, well, I'm from Denton.
I love it. Very cool. So so Austin was where you grew up?
Grew up around Austin. It's technically Bastrop, which is if you're from Austin, if there's anybody listening from Austin, they're going to be like, that's not Austin. That's Bastrop. That is so far away.
Sure.
But for anybody else, like, where's Bastrop?
Yeah. That's by Austin. Yeah. Okay.
By Austin.
Cool.
So I grew up there, and then I came up here, of course, to go to North Texas, and stayed here after that.
Very cool. Did you go to North Texas for music, or?
I started out going to North Texas for music, and then it became one of those things where I was talented, but everything I did musically, until I picked up a guitar, there was always somebody like a step above me. And it was one of those things where it was like, I never realized how many other good musicians there are.
Yeah.
Until I came to North Texas. And then I was like, wow, I'm good. And then I got here and I was like, oh, I'm good, but that guy is, jeez.
That's awesome. So what were you doing before guitar?
Before picking up guitar, I did 4 years of marching band at UNT.
Wow. Okay.
And then a lot of time just roaming around the School of Music.
Yeah.
Just picking up random things. I did some RTVF work.
Really?
Yeah, I was in RTVF for a while before finally just saying, hey, music, RTVF, I need to graduate. I'm gonna pick a career, and I'm gonna go into that. So I finally graduated, and then just life takes over after that.
I love it.
Yeah.
And now you 3 kids, and
now I'm 3
rocking
kids
and rolling.
Yesterday you'd ask me, I'd have been like, I got one.
Yeah,
She's fun. She's cool. I like her. I like her a lot. It's fun now because I get to see my now she's my middle child. Wow. She was my youngest.
Oh, yeah.
And my only. Now she's my middle kid. She's super into music.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, if you look at my Instagram and my Facebook and stuff, there's always videos of her now picking up my guitars and picking up a ukulele and stuff.
That's cool.
And she's only 3, but she's like
that's cool.
Way into it, which is cool.
That's
always
awesome.
Good to say. It's fun.
I had a buddy of mine, Kabir. He's in Soul Patrol band that plays around here, and he's always got guitars around the house. And so his son, who's a little bit older than that, but right around the same age, always grabbing his guitars and kind of hitting them and everything. And he looked at him and he said, son, do you want to take guitar lessons someday? Like, we can hook it up and like teach you how to play guitar. And he goes, Dad, I already know how to play guitar.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I do this now. I'm doing fine.
I should be teaching you, Dad. Like, what are you?
I really think my daughter's gonna get drawn into drums.
Really?
Yeah, because and it's not a bad thing. I don't consider if there's drummers listening.
Sure.
I'm not downplaying the drums. That's awesome. I bought a drum set and she gravitated to it.
Okay.
So
3 kids and one of them playing drums.
Hey, it's an electric drum kit.
They're never boring.
So right into the headset and everything.
Oh, okay.
So she can go up there and play all she wants. Nice. Knock yourself out, kid. Have a blast.
Because
all I hear is
class.
That's all I hear.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
My wife at first was pretty upset about that decision, the drums. But once she realized like I could go up there and just be loud in a room upstairs and no one would know, she was like, "Oh, this was well spent.
Awesome.
You're out of my hair and you're quiet. Awesome."
Love that. Very cool. So let's rewind back a little bit. What got you into music? What made you say, you know what, I'm going to play music?
For me, I grew up around it.
Okay.
I of course, like a lot of people, I grew up in churches, singing in choirs, and a marching band in high school. And I had a grandmother that was always like, you're going to do something. Yeah. You're going to learn to do an activity. You're going to learn an instrument. You're going to learn a skill set. It's going to be piano, or it's going to be guitar, or it's going to be something. Okay. You're going to learn something. And so I ended up being able to play all these instruments that I was like, well, I can do this, and I like doing this. I really like this. Yeah. And of course that progressed through marching band and all that stuff. You learn more musical theory and all that. And it just, after a while, I realized like music's not a job for me. Yeah. It's not work. And for a lot of people, that's hard to come by. Sure. If you can find something that you enjoy doing and it gets you some money and you have an opportunity to continue doing it, why not?
Of course.
Like, why not keep doing it? So that's cool. Where it came out. And of course I do have a day job, but I mean, I had a brief break a few years ago where I moved away from Denton. I'd been up here for a while. I'd been playing in a band up here for a while, and I moved away. And that's one of those weird things where you graduate and life just kind of takes over, and you move on and start a family and all that stuff. So I stopped playing music for like 4 years.
Oh, wow.
3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And my wife had to have been ready to kill me. Because she was just like, you're not the same person. Like, you're not happy. Like, something is, I don't know what it is that that's not. And I was like, well, I don't play shows anymore. I don't even play open mic nights anymore. I have all these instruments and I don't do anything with it anymore, and I hate that. And she was like, well, go play music somewhere. I don't know. What do you want to do? I was like, okay, I'm going to try it again. That's cool. And that kind of happened when I moved back up to, I live in Savannah, out in the Savannah area now. And I went out and played an open mic night somewhere and came home, and she was like, okay, there's the person. That's you. Now I remember. Okay.
Okay.
I was like, okay, well, if you don't mind, I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
And she was like, cool. If you're going to come home happy, awesome. Keep going.
I love that. How cool. And what a cool thing for your kids to be able to see, too.
Yeah.
That's
that
awesome.
Became a big thing for me. Having once my daughter came around, it was a lot of people ask, like, why keep making music now? You're 37 years old, you have kids, you're married, you have a job. Why are you playing hole in the wall bars and clubs? And I'm like, well, to be honest, why not?
Yeah.
I like doing it. I love the idea that my daughter gets to see me do it.
Yeah.
And the bigger thing for me is I like the idea that she sees that this is a dream of mine. And even at this age, I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Like
That's cool.
It's not something I'm going to stop because I'm, not 19 anymore.
Yeah.
Not going to play these 2:00 in the morning shows.
Sure.
No. Not playing until 2 a.m. anymore.
Yep.
I need a nice 6 to 10.
I understand that. I feel like that's like the rotation now. Like if the show starts at 6, but it's going to go till 2, like the first 3 bands on the bill have kids, and then the last 3 don't. Like that just seems to be the
you should
the
see
pattern.
The guys in my band, whenever I tell them, like, hey, we got a show on Saturday. It starts at 6. Oh, starting at 6? Yeah, we'll be done by 9. Oh, we'll be out by 9? Yeah.
Shoot, we can go play another gig with a different band.
We need to book that up. Like, can we get more of these? Like, but anytime I'm like, hey, we got one of these 11 to 2s.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yep.
We're not gonna get home till like 4. Yeah. We're not, and you get to a point now where you're not like, I'm not partying after shows anymore.
Right.
It's I have either something to do tomorrow, or I have kids.
Yeah, which means you always have something to do tomorrow.
I have to go home.
Uh-huh.
My wife left this show 3 hours ago. I have to go home. Yeah, it's one of those.
Yep. Very cool. I love it. Well, so let's go back a little bit because I like to always ask everybody, like, what's got you excited? What are you into right now? All that kind of stuff. And you were saying, the fostering is really, that's a big part of what you're doing.
Yeah,
right now.
A big thing. Like a lot of times you see artists attach themselves to a cause. And because you have a platform, you have, I have traffic that goes to my website. I have traffic to my social media. I have people who follow me and they ask what I'm into. And when you have that kind of a reach, I feel like to a certain degree you have a responsibility to, and maybe not promote something, but to stand for something, I guess is the best way to put it. It's the best way I can put it. It's to stand for something. And my wife and I, after we got married, really gravitated towards foster care. We have our own, I have a daughter, and she is physically my daughter. But at the same time, we always knew we were going to have more kids. And the more and more research you get into what CPS is and what a lot of kids go through in foster care, how they get there, the process and the system that they go through while they're in foster care, the more it's like, why don't people talk about this? Yeah. Because foster care is, in some places, and I'm not going to say in every place, I'm sure there are some CPS offices. In fact, I know there are some CPS offices and child care places where these kids are absolutely taken care of and all needs are met, and there's love and there's happiness, and these kids are finding homes. But there are far too many where it's a situation of absolute abuse and absolute system breakdown. Yeah. And that became a big, big thing for me. And once I saw that, and once we really started looking at the numbers and talking about, like, wow, foster care is, why is no one looking into this? Why is nobody working at this system? Yeah. That became a big thing. So we said, put your money where your mouth is. Okay. Let's get licensed.
That's cool.
We about 6 months ago we started the process, and it's not that it's a easy process, but it's not that hard. It's not near as hard as people think to get licensed for foster care. We did it. We waited. Yep. A little bit more waiting. A couple of emails, a couple of missed opportunities, missed chances, and then yesterday on my way home, got a message that they were bringing 2 girls to our house. So cool. That had been removed from a home. We were like, all right, bring them. let's do this. If you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. Let's do it. Bring them on. So my wife and I have a big home. We've already got one daughter. We got plenty of toys. We got space. And we spent time actually gathering donations from friends. Like, hey, you've got kids. You got extra toys? Bring them.
Yeah.
You got extra car seats? Bring those over. We need them.
Cool.
And just collecting all this stuff so that when this happened, we'd be ready.
Yeah.
As soon as it hit, like, we're looking around like, okay, we've got bags of 2-year-old clothes. We've got bags of kindergarten clothes, kindergarten level toys, books, like the whole 9. So, yeah, we went all in on foster care. And my big plan now that I'm really, really into it is to start using a lot more of my social media presence, a lot more of my website and things like that to start actively pushing attention to CPS and to the adoption system, basically.
Very cool.
That kind of thing.
Very cool.
I've already started rambling about it. So that's cool.
I love it.
It's cool to be able to ramble about it.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. Well, very cool. Well, let's jump a little bit into music.
Cool.
Because we're about to have to wrap up here. We're going to run out of time. But nobody go anywhere. We're going to have a live performance right here in the studio. Before we get into that, I do want to ask any upcoming dates. I know we've got a date at LSA Burger soon. Any other shows coming up that are nearby?
Nearby to here, there is 811, which is a wine bar over in Frisco.
Cool.
I've recently started playing there a lot more. I randomly pop up at the giant Lava Cantina place.
Oh, yeah?
In the Colony.
Cool. That's a fun spot.
It's a great spot. It's a great venue. It's a lot of fun. The staff is always good, and it's just really cool because that's I've opened for some pretty big acts there.
Yeah.
And that's always cool because the exposure's fun, and it's a cool place.
Yeah.
But the only thing about it is I never know when I'm going to play there.
Sure.
Till about 3 days beforehand. When I get a call and they're like, hey, man, can you? Yes, I can.
Yep. I love it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Very cool.
So 811's coming up. Obviously, I'm going to be upstairs here on January 4th.
January 4th. Write it down, everybody.
Where else am I going to be? I've got a show on the 28th, and I think that is going to be – it's in Frisco. And now I'm blanking on the place. This is how tired I am. I'm on like 4 hours of sleep.
Dude, if anybody deserves to be tired,
No, I will say, because I know she's probably watching or she will catch this at some point. If anybody deserves to be tired, it's my wife. Because while I'm here, guess where my wife is? At home with 3 girls.
There you go.
So, yeah, kudos to her.
Hats off to your wife.
Yeah, hats off to her. I'm going to have to, get her a bottle of wine.
Yeah, for
she's
sure.
She's probably going to need it.
I love it. Very cool. All right, last question. We ask everybody this question. This is our version of marry one, kill one, something one. This is write, tour, duet. All right. If you could write with any artist, tour with any artist, duet with any artist, who would they be? They can be alive, dead, famous, not famous, whoever they're going to be. 3 artists, go.
Write with probably Dave Matthews. I feel like
Sweet.
that would be very interesting.
It'd be fun.
And I think it would be a lot of fun to write with Dave Matthews. Tour with anyone? I know there's 4 or 5 people right now watching me, including the guys in my band who are probably looking, who just went, he's going to tour with Darius Rucker. And no, I'm not going to tour with Darius Rucker. Who would I tour with? Ben Rector.
Okay.
I would 100% tour with Ben Rector. And the last one,
Duet.
That would be Drew Holcomb.
Okay.
From Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors.
Nice.
I would absolutely tour with that guy because he's a family guy, kind of like me.
Yeah.
And I just imagine after the show, we would kill a bottle of whiskey trying to avoid our families.
I love it. Perfect. Well, guys, don't go anywhere. Stick around wherever you're watching or listening. We're about to get into a live performance from this man right here in studio. Give us just a second. We will be right back. Christopher Mills, thank you very, very much for coming and doing this.
Always good, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick around, guys. We'll be back in a sec.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton.
Do you love live music? If so, make Denton, Texas your next vacation. Find more information at discoverdenton.com.